Welcome back to Whispers from the Hidden Realms. Sarah and Grimly here. We're super excited to have you here with us today, my friends. Thank you so much for joining us. Grimly and I are excited to share a message with you. We have been drawn to share a message from the Halloween Oracle deck, as well as the Cosmic Energy deck. Okay? So we are going to see what messages are coming forward in these cards for you today. So without further ado, I'm going to set Grimly aside here. He's going to be in the background helping support us. Thank you, Grimly. And we're going to go ahead and start with the Halloween Oracle deck. So as I'm shuffling here, I want to thank you all for being here with us today. Please remember this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave behind what does not. The other thing too is I do want you to connect with each one of these cards today because you are going to get a different message than what Grimly and I are going to be sharing with you today. So please, if you feel inspired, share that information in the comment section down below so we can start a community conversation in regards to the additional messages that these cards are holding for you today. All right, so we have one card that has come forward so far. The other thing that we would like while I'm shuffling is for you to, if you like our content, please make sure to like and subscribe so you can stay updated with our latest content. And then in addition to that, we do also offer private readings. So if you are interested in that, you feel drawn to have a private reading with us, please find that information in our bio or in the description down below because we'd love to connect with you. All right, so the Halloween Oracle deck has given us 3 cards. Now I'm working with the Cosmic Energy to see what is coming forward through these cards. Okay, so we have some volunteers that jumped out, and we have 4 cards that have jumped out for that. Okay, so we're going to go by each deck first. I'm going to show you the cards, and then I'm going to start giving more information on these cards in this reading. So again, I'm going to leave the cards up for you to connect with and for you to use your own intuition on so you can see what message is coming forward for you that may be different than what Grimly and I share with you today. So the very first card that's coming forward is the Skeleton, and this is from the Halloween Oracle deck. So the skeleton represents strength. Okay. The skeleton represents strength. All right. The next one is the Skull of Darkness, which is blind spots. Okay, so the Skull of Darkness is all about blind spots. Okay. And then the next one is Forgiveness, which is this card right here. Okay, so forgiveness. All right, so now on to the Cosmic Energy Oracle cards. First one that's coming forward is Love. Again, Love is the one that's coming forward here. Then we have Bravery. All right, so there's Bravery. And then after that, we have Cleansing. Cleansing. And then last but not least is Friendship. All right. So now that you've seen all the cards, let's actually dive into this reading. So the very first thing, the very first energy that I'm picking up here is that there's a lot of uncertainty in a lot of your lives right now. That uncertainty could be you're not sure what direction to go in. It could be that you're feeling lost. It could be uncertainty in relationships or work or money or abundance or health or a combination of all of those aspects, okay? But I'm being told, first and foremost, that you have the strength to overcome anything that comes your way. But you have to trust yourself. You have to believe that you are capable of tapping into that strength and using that strength to its fullest power. I also heard the word constraint coming up, so I feel like maybe some of you don't feel like you are strong enough to deal with the situation that lies at hand. Well, this card is coming forward to tell you that yes, you do. You have all the strength that you need to live your life the way that you want to live your life. You don't owe... Sorry, there's so much downloads that are coming in. I apologize. You don't owe an explanation about your life to anybody other than yourself. Be true to yourself. Be strong. And as I'm saying this, the number 555 is on the timer right now, which is just additional confirmation for you to stand in your own power, in your own strength, to be who you truly are meant to be and stop hiding in shadows that you don't belong in. Okay, so that's why the skull of darkness is forward here, because I feel like for some of you there's a lot of so-called blind spots. Now, when we're talking about blind spots, that just means opportunities that you have been seeing that are coming to light for you, but you're not ready to embrace it yet, or you're not ready to let go of something else that may be counterintuitive to what you feel that you really need to be doing. But remember, my friends, you have the strength to go into the darkness and pull out any and all blind spots so that way you can look at it fully and determine what needs to stay in your life, what needs to go out of your life, and what needs to be neutralized in your life. Because I feel like for some of you, the scales are out of balance. So it's time for you to get those scales into balance and go into those blind spots to bring into the light what needs to be forgiven. I feel like some of you have been extremely hurt, have been extremely challenged or abused or neglected, or just not treated very well. But forgiveness is coming forward today to remind you that you do need to forgive those who have trespassed against you, not for their sake, but for your sake. So that way you can be strong in who it is that you are supposed to be and how you're supposed to represent yourself in the world. And then deal with any blind spots or any hidden secrets or anything that you thought you couldn't deal with. Because it's time for them to come to light. It's time for them to be put to rest permanently, so that way they don't continue haunting you, and you completely forgive them and yourself for any previous perceived weaknesses, moments that didn't feel right, moments where you didn't know any better, right? You've grown, you've learned, you've bloomed into this beautiful flower that's in the hand. That is you. That's what forgiveness will do for you. You will blossom into this beautiful flower and be able to see life in a way that you've never seen it before. And as you go through this process, you're going to find love like you've never had it before. You're going to start seeing more love in your life, around you, embracing you, holding you, carrying you forward. Maybe even be able to finally love yourself. Because I feel like a lot of you cannot truly honestly state that you love yourself. But when you're looking for love or wanting love, you have to love yourself enough to find the people in your life that are going to give you the love that you're looking for. You can't internally despise yourself and expect externally to find peaceful love. You will find love, but not the love that you're looking for, potentially. So have the strength and the knowledge and the understanding in yourself and the bravery to stand in your strength, to stand in your power, to stand in your truth, to stand in knowing who you truly, authentically are. Because, my dear, you are a warrior. You are a survivor. You are somebody that is highly admired for everything that you have overcome. But you don't believe in your own strength to tap into your bravery. So it's time for you to stop second guessing yourself and recognize that yes, you are strong, you are brave, you can accomplish anything and everything that life throws. That life throws your way. Because you're braver than you think you are. And as you do this, you're going to find yourself in the energy of being cleansed. Everything that was toxic, everything that was negative, everything that tore you down, made you question love, made you question life, made you question your own humanity, is going to be purged from your life so you can walk in your true authentic self in this world of forgiveness, which is then going to lead you to a clean slate, to a new life, to a new perspective that you never thought was going to be possible because you couldn't see past what your current situations are. But you know what, my friends? As you're clearing all of this out and you do this, standing in your strength, cleaning out the shadows, forgiving people, finding out what true love is, being brave, and cleansing out your energy, new relationships, friendships are going to come into your life that are going to be so healthy, so happy, so abundant, so joyful that you are going to be wondering why you didn't do this sooner. I hear it very clear, somebody asking, why did I wait so long to do this? But my dear friends, you're not late. You're not missing out on anything. You had to go through your journey to appreciate the end result. And the end result is going to end up in so much happiness and joy and harmony with yourself, because you're going to love yourself first, which is going to help you love your friendships, which your friendships may then turn into loving relationships. Maybe even romantic relationships. Okay? But remember, it all starts by you having the strength and the belief in yourself to take that first step. Now, for some of you, I feel like you've already taken that step, okay? I feel like some of you have already taken the step. You've cleaned out the blind spots. You've done the forgiving. You're working on the love. You're working on the bravery. You're working on the cleansing. And you're looking at new friendships, which I applaud you. Congratulations. That is a very challenging but rewarding opportunity. And remember, you're going to have times where you slip back, but that internal dialogue that you have with yourself when you have those moments where you slip back, are you speaking lovingly to yourself, or are you calling yourself foul names and belittling yourself and treating yourself pretty horribly? If you are, it's human nature, right? We all have this internal narrative running through our mind that, you know, may not always have the most positive words coming out of them, but it is your responsibility to say, whoa, time out. No. That's old narrative. That needs to be ejected. That tape needs to be ejected, destroyed, and kicked out of my life. And new, happy, positive, self-encouraging words need to replace those. So you're being called today to think about that internal dialogue. What does that sound like? What does that feel like? What is it that you're hearing in those quiet moments when nobody else is around, but you are there with yourself, having a conversation? Are you being lovingly? Are you giving love to yourself? Or are you giving negativity, doubt, fear, even bully, right? How are you being to yourself? Okay? So take a moment to sit with that. I have another deck that is coming forward saying it has a message for us today. And that is the Gemstone Whispers deck, okay? So the Gemstone Whispers deck looks like this. For those of you who have seen some of our readings, you've probably seen this deck before. But it does bring out crystals that can help support you along your journey. So if you do not have these crystals, that's perfectly fine. You're not required to carry them. But if you do have them, they are just here to help amplify your journey and help you accomplish what it is that you are trying to accomplish. Put to bed what no longer fits into your life and bring forward what does. Okay? So I have 2 cards that have come forward so far, and I'm going to see if there's any additional cards that want to speak with us. Yes. Okay. That's what I thought. All right. So I'm smiling because one of the cards that comes out again is love. So love, I feel, is very, very heavy for this collective today. I feel like either you're looking for love, you're trying to define what love is, you're trying to find love, or you're trying to decide what love means to you, okay? And I'm sorry I went off camera for a moment. I had 2 cards that fell to the ground. When they fall to the ground, I know they're not part of this reading. So I've placed them off to the side and am just shuffling a couple more times to just see if there's anything else that wants to come forward. And there is. All right, my dears, this is absolutely beautiful. We have 4 cards that have come forward. So the very first one is Amethyst, okay? This represents the Temperance card, which is everything is building upon itself. Okay, actually, let me read this. Everything in moderation, including moderation. So that means as you're going through this process, it doesn't mean that you have to immediately evict every circumstance and everything that doesn't feel right out of your life. Take the time to evaluate it. Take the time to stand in your strength and in your love to determine what stays and what goes. It's kind of like, have you ever gone through the junk in the house, right? The stuff that sits in bins forever that you're carrying from one place to another, or that just sits in the garage or the attic or wherever. And you're like, hey, I'm tired of looking at this. And so you get out the bin, and then you have boxes, one that says give away, one that says keep, and one that says donate, right? Or sell. This is what Temperance is telling you to do with the people, places, and situations in your life that you're questioning. Does it belong on this journey that you're heading on now? If the answer is no, then does it get donated? Does it get sold? Or does it get sent off to the garbage? Okay. But the amethyst is coming in to help support you through that process. The next one that's coming forward is the pearl, which is tapping into your intuition. Intuition is seeing with the soul. So I feel like some of you are getting intuitive downloads, but you are not trusting the messages that you're receiving because you're still building that relationship with yourself and with your intuition to be able to understand it, to appreciate it, to trust it. But intuition is coming forward saying, it's time. It's time, because it's not ironic that it's a pearl. A pearl is often known as the stone or crystal of knowledge, right? And intuition is your inner knowledge, your inner knowing. So it's time for you to release your pearl from inside, which is your intuition. Trust it, embrace it, let it grow, hone it, so that way you can walk into your truth, which is going to help you with love, bravery, friendships, pardon me, and the cleansing process. Oh, and I apologize. We actually have 5 crystal cards that have come forward. The next one is Marganite. All right, Marganite represents love. If you love somebody, let them go, for if they return, they were always yours. If they don't, they never were. Okay? So the first love that we talked about today, I feel like that was more for you internally, your definition, your relationship, your understanding of love. This one is about others. People, places, and things in your life. Do they add to love or do they detract from love? If they add to love, if you hold on too tightly, it's going to fall apart. So for some of you out there, I feel like you do hang on to love with all of your being. Well, when you do that, then you have a tendency to snuff out the flame of love, okay? So you're being challenged to release them. Let them go. Because that way you will know if the love is reciprocated. Because if they come back, then it was meant to be. But if they don't, then it never was. It wasn't true love. Okay? And that can be figuratively. It doesn't have to be, that you say, see ya, get out of my life, and then see if they come back. No. It's, how is the relationship? Is it healthy? Is it a two-way give and take? Is it filling up your cup, or is it depleting your cup? Those are the kinds of questions that you need to look at when it comes to relationships in your life. I feel that some of you, I don't feel that this card is you. It's the Regent Diamond is what it's called, and it represents arrogance. Oh, the cleverness of me. So I feel like some of you are dealing with a person, place, or thing that likes to deceive, that likes to boost their ego, that likes to be the center of attention. And maybe there are some of you that are very arrogant. And if you are, it's time for you to determine, is your arrogance ego? Is it love? Is it benefiting or is it hurting the situation around you. I feel like for those of you who are arrogant, it's hurting you. For those of you who are experiencing arrogant people around you, it's hurting you. So in this situation, this arrogance card is representing a lot of hurt, a lot of unresolved issues. So if you're arrogant, it's time for you to stop and reflect on why it is that you act this way. Were you told to be arrogant because that's how your parents were, or that's how the adults in your life were when you were younger, and you saw how powerful they were and how much people bowed down to them? Or have you reached a station in your life where you feel like you're above everybody? So instead of embracing and loving, you are actually arrogant in the way that you do things and feel entitled. I'm not sure how this resonates with you, but like I said, it's coming forward in a few different ways. So if you're feeling this, please share in the comment section below what this looks like for you. And is it helping you or hindering you? And then last but not least, we have the Sugilite that's coming forward, which represents the star. And it says, I have loved the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night. So the star card is absolutely beautiful. It means that you are in alignment with yourself, in alignment with the world around you, that you're giving and taking, and that you just feel aligned and beautiful and happy with where you are and what you're experiencing in your world. And I know it's kind of hard to see because there's that horrible glare on there, but it almost looks like a galaxy. At least to me it does. Almost looks like being out in the cosmos and the galaxy and seeing all the beautiful swirls of the cosmic gases that are out in the galaxy, in our solar system. So this is telling you that after you go through all of this, again, you are gonna be abundant. You're going to walk in abundance of everything that you want. The world is going to be your oyster, or at your fingertips, or however you want to say that. But you're going to basically be unstoppable, but you're not going to be arrogant about it. You're going to be humble. You're going to be loving. You're going to be wanting to share the information to help those around you. Wow, you guys, that is a powerful, powerful, powerful message. So again, all of these crystals are coming in for you. So again, we have the amethyst, the pearl, the marganite, the regent diamond, and Sugilite. Okay? I feel like these energies are going to help balance you to walk into your true light, your true authentic self, and bring forward who it is that you want to be in the world. Doesn't mean that you have to run out and get these particular crystals or stones or anything like that. Just seeing them in this reading is enough. So I would encourage you, if you're resonating with this reading, please make sure to like and subscribe so that way you can come back to this reading and see these crystals again and tap into their energies just from looking at these pictures. Okay? You guys, you're on a beautiful journey. You're on a beautiful journey. It is going to take some work and it is going to take some humility, but it's nothing that you can't handle. Okay? So that is the reading for today. Grimly and I, again, thank you so much for being here with us. We understand that there are so many other readers out there, and there's so many other videos out there that it really humbles us that you've been here with us today. And again, we thank you and we encourage you to share your interpretation of this reading today in the comments down below. And as always, we invite you to come back to Whispers from the Hidden Realm to see what unveils for you next time. Until next time, my friends, we love you. Take care